right. What's up, everybody? We've got GSL Group A of the round of 8. It is the second match, so it's another match here. Of course, the other side of the bracket is Maru Classic. Over here is BYUN in the top right, already getting probe harassed by a probe at the very start of the game from Hero. Now, remember, I've talked about this early probe harass. This scouts if they're proxying you, but it also delays the barracks going down, puts it in an awkward position, and it just messes up their mining. So notice already, BYUN has already shuffled another SCV off. He pulls the weak one off, puts a fresh one on, and this all delays the Reaper by about 5 seconds. Now, you might think, 5 seconds how? Well, number one, probe comes in as they're about to put the barracks down. They have to put it down somewhere else. That usually delays it by a second or two. Not sure how quickly BYUN reacted. But then you also damage the SCV. You force an SCV to pull off it. In this case, it was only about 2 seconds. But already, BYUN, he might have been planning to do this anyway. I'm not sure. He goes Marine first. It's not as big of an issue for the build order if you're going Marine to have that delayed a few seconds. But it is just something to kind of note is, oh, that's going to be later than it otherwise would. Now, he's got to run right now if he wants to keep it alive. He could save this probe. No, I don't know if there's enough space. If he wants to recall it, you can often get out of here. But I don't think there was enough room. Yeah, if the Marine's like here, you're here, you can kind of run to the very bottom right corner and recall it just in time. But Hero not normally one for that. He's more keen to chrono his adepts to get those across the map as fast as possible. People have often asked, what's better, chrono boosting a probe or recalling? Recalling is always better because within a few seconds you get it back to mining, getting you extra value, and yeah, you don't have to spend minerals on it. Whereas chrono boosting out a probe, oh, I get an extra probe essentially out. But you got to pay for that extra probe. You got to pay the extra 50 minerals. You recall a probe, you're only spending the energy on the Nexus. So of course it's far better. It not only starts mining earlier, but it does not cost you those 50 minerals. I remember some people were kind of tangling themselves in knots, myself included, trying to figure out, well, like, oh, is it more efficient? Well, the mining makes it more efficient. And then some genius was like, you know, you don't have to pay 50 minerals for a probe that already exists, right? And I was like, oh, yeah, that's a really simple calculation. Obviously, recalling the probe's better value. But didn't want to delay it. Now, he's going Stargate is Hero. Now, Hero and BYUN have a lot of back and forth over the years. BYUN is a much more brutal player in this matchup than Maru. His strength is getting over there and killing his opponent early. But he's going third command center. He's actually going Hellions into 3cc. What? Wow, okay. 3 Adepts. Oh, 3 Adepts is big. 3 Adepts wrecks 2 Hellions, but the Hellions are going to go left. Oh my gosh. Oh my. If the Oracle sees the Hellions, it can kill them. Oh, the Adepts are going home. Wait. Okay, guys, new mythical StarCraft Pro unlocked. Defensive Hero. What am I... He's building a shield battery and shading his Adepts home? Guys, Hero's big weakness, some would argue it's his strength, is his inability to holster his excitement. Normally, when he's in a StarCraft game, he's like, I have 3 Adepts. I need to shade them into a Cyclone and get them killed. But in this case, he's actually sending them home and waiting for BYUN to overextend into him. And that's always... Hero in his ultimate form is a hero who waits for his opponent to make mistakes, who scares his opponent without overcommitting. Hero, this is the hero that I like to see in this matchup, not just like recklessly shoving his units in and losing them. And that's awesome. I may sound overly critical there, but let's be real. Hero, when he finds that balance between, yes, there's moments of chaotic aggression, but he also has the ability to pull back, that is the hero that dominates. We'll see if this is indeed that hero. Oh, he's going charge! Oh my gosh, what is he doing? What is he going to keep? He has to keep building Phoenix then. So he's going single Oracle into Phoenix charge. Old school, baby. Remember, this is the new balance patch. Widow Mines are revealed even once Armory's built. So mass Zealot styles are really good. And I've been saying Zealot Phoenix is going to be so much better once again. The big problem I was doing Zealot Phoenix for like 6 months. About a year ago, and I stopped doing it because people would just cover the map in Widow Mines and you couldn't get enough detection out. But this is absolutely what I've been waiting for. I've done multiple show matches, I've asked pros, and they've all been playing the exact same styles pre-patch. Hero, the one guy out here being creative enough, along with probably Estrella, to actually really adapt here to what's happening. Sees the Forge, sees the semi-gateway wall. That Hellion's going to go down as well. Nice. You really don't want BYUN to realize what you're doing. If you can hide the fact that you're going charge, it does make it much more effective, which is why he's being so defensive. Going up to 5 racks behind it. Third command center is done. Should be dropping mules and then just floating that out in a moment. Should missed it, BYUN. Oracle does finish off that bad boy. CV's there. He dropped the mule. Does need to lift it out. His natural is now there. Medevac starting in a moment. It's going to be nice. Oh, good tag with the Oracle. Does take a little bit of damage, though. But he sees that BYUN is thinking about moving out. Changes his mind, pulls back. Robo's on the way, as well as Templar Archives. We're going to see a Storm Drop style. One of my favorites. And it's so odd to see BYUN open up a series with 3 command centers. I think he was basically thinking, you know what? Hero is probably going to play chaotically aggressive, and it's good for me to just get a bigger economy. Because if he overcommits like massing Zealots, something which is objectively a bit, you know, better after the patch, I just need a giant Bio Ball to deal with it. I can't rely on Widowmines peppered all over the map. Now, Widowmines also do slightly less splash damage, as well as having a much more visible marker for where they're shooting. A few of the changes. Ooh, Oracle's going to pull to that right side. Storm is on the way, +1 armor about to finish, and that Robo finally coming up. That's just going to build probably a few observers to start. He's only on 4 gas, or actually a Warp Prism and then a few observers, I should say. Yeah, only 62 probes for Hero. He's definitely going to be looking to be getting aggressive, and BYUN's been blind. BYUN's been in his corner all game. Now, this is an interesting scenario because BYUN is venturing out onto the map. Storm is not ready. Oh, God, you don't want to be here, Hero. Storm's not ready. It's still 20 seconds away. Oh, my God, why is he still here? He's trying to act like, oh, look, I have Storm. You need to be scared, but not a big fan of the way he's executed that because he reveals Storm and loses map control at the same time. And now BYUN cleans up the Adept counterattack, sends a drop south, maintains Watchtower vision with just a few units, which he'll probably be stimming home now. Yeah. Because now comes the timing attack. Hero really wanted to be the aggressor. He didn't want to give up Watchtower control, but now BYUN knows about it. BYUN's going to pull back and just try to survive. If he can click on the Prism, that'll be big. But he's going to spread. The Storm could be massive here. Okay, he's dropping at the same time. Oh my God, the Storm's pretty good. That last Storm lands almost purely on Zealots, but the Zealots are on top of the Bio in a big way. Oh, Artosis just got depowered back at home. He didn't have Tasteless backing him up, and that is the cost of moving to Canada. Anyways, probes are going down in the main base at the same time. More Zealot Archon coming in, but BYUN is doing a clutch hold of his main ramp. Oh, good Storm. Gets the last medevac, but dude, the hold position on the ramp was so big here. This was massive. Dude, it looks like even if he gets broken, I think this has been good enough for him because he's killing the main base. He's going to move down to the natural, and it's the Biomicro is so good for BYUN. If he can get rid of those, like an Archon or two, that'd be so big. Archon's struggling to reach across here. The building placement's really good. Terrans are so good at creating these tight choke points these days. It makes it really awkward for Protoss players to get in on top in these sorts of situations where it's a bit of a base trade type scenario. The Archon Prism Micro is good, but there's just no damage output there left other than the Archons, and it looks like BYUN with the counter drop is going to be big. Hero moved out to the Watchtower with his High Templar too early this game, gave away what he was doing, and giving BYUN that extra 30-40 seconds to actually react and adapt his style was a game-losing decision for Hero. It's unfortunate. Sometimes you just, you could see, yeah. You could see he thought Storm was closer. I want to explain to you guys what Hero did there and what he messed up really quickly. Game 1 goes to BYUN. I think Hero played an excellent game up until the point where he revealed his High Templar. I think that was a big mistake that basically cost him this. Let's just go back here. So at this point, it's pretty early in the game. He's like, cool, let's move forward. Storm's on the way. +1's just started. We've got a prison building. Problem. Storm's halfway done, guys. It's still 40 seconds from finishing. The Prism's just started. Like, your +1's definitely not going to be ready for this attack. It's not a bad time to move out with, like, the Zealots, but as soon as you see this army coming, he should have ran away. And if he ran away, he might have got out of there with the High Templar, out of tower vision before BYUN got on top. But the moment BYUN sees this, BYUN's like, oh, shit. Number 1, I'm worried about dying at home. So focus on nothing but biomine production. Cut SCVs if you have to. Number 2, okay, I'm going to counterattack with a drop because that's really hard for you to deal with. Because if I see Zealots and Storm this early, what don't you have? No Phoenix. I've only seen 1 or 2 Phoenix. No Blink. You don't have any air control. Drops are a nightmare for you to deal with. And that's going to be massive. And man, Artosis here, so unfortunate as well. I mean, it's good that he had a few gateways spread around. It was 10 gates. 10 gate, 4 gas timing attack from Hero. And, I mean, the Storms were pretty good here. Don't get me wrong, guys. I do think he maybe hesitated for half a second. This last Storm was not the best. It only did like a fraction of a second of damage to the enemy. But, yeah, just great pullback by BYUN. Notice how he hold positions his SCVs at some point here as well, I believe. But for now, they're just kind of randomly blocking things. He then fights with them. At some point, I think he does hold position. He's just fighting with them at first. If he held position, it would have been even better there. That storm was good, but really good usage of the choke points against the melee-focused army of Hero. And that Widow Mine got a massive shot as well, those Widow Mines and the Zealots. Really nice game one from BYUN. He weathers the storm with a 3 command center opening. All right, guys. Well, he comes in yet again, but Hero is unable to block the expansion, the barracks going down on location, and he's attacking the depot rather than the SCV. It's not really optimal, but he is making sure that BYUN doesn't cheese him. And I like this kind of, it's like a safe play for Hero. On such a short map, you get there so early, why not? Now notice the SCV has to track him, but he's got to avoid the SCV, let those shields get back to 20, and then he can start fighting again. Normally you target the barracks SCV, but he's saying, hey, this SCV is damaged. Let's just go after him, force him to pull another SCV. Every bit of mining time that BYUN loses does cost him, and he's going to go after the weak one as well. Oh, he's baiting even more SCVs. So he's just trying to mess up BYUN's mining, slow down his minerals, slow down his early game. And this all slows down his command center, you got to realize. He can go block the command center now, or in a little while if he wants to. His shields are not back to full. He's avoiding the SCVs. You see, BYUN's trying to get hits on him whenever he can. And he's like, no, just being as annoying as he possibly can. And I really feel like with this opening, I often on the ladder actually get away with Nexus before Cybercore, because the Terran is like, my build's a bit messed up. I'm just going to go Marine first, or like, you know, this or that. He cancels the Marine to start the command center faster. So with this build order, because you're planning to have a pause in your barracks production anyway, because you want to go factory and then reactor, he's basically saying, well, the barracks is just going to sit idle for a little while. So I might as well cancel the Marine, start the command center 10 seconds early or 6 seconds early. You see, there's even now, with canceling a Marine and rebuilding it, still a few seconds of downtime before he has money for the reactor. So if you guys are ever planning to do no Reaper, just a single Marine, expand, factory reactor, keep in mind you can do it this way, and it is really nice. Second Deeper goes down behind it. Still all on just one gas, and he's going to go for the second barracks after the factory. This map is great for really fast tank pushes because it's such a short push path. Then again, it's really hard to get up this ramp. I guess you can push this side and then mine these minerals open and try to do like a bunker push up here. It's a bit oppressive. I don't know. I haven't actually seen it. 3 racks factory. It doesn't have to be that. You could just, you know, swap around a little bit. Adept's going to shade in, but factory will get down just in time. And it's double Cyclone. Hello. Command center gets scouted. The Adept is shading back. Luckily, there's already a second Stalker on the way. 2 Stalkers in the Adept will easily handle 2 Cyclones. Twilight Council does come down behind it. Probes non-stop building. Not a lot of chronos into those probes. I think he's just saving it all for Twilight. And the second gateway goes down as well. Command center floats down pre-orbital. Oh, because Cyclones and the double barracks and the gas are also expensive. The tech lab as well. So he's basically delayed his orbital a bit. Not the most economic build for BYUN. In that he builds it on the high ground and takes forever to get the orbital going. Nice shade away. The Adepts, remember, that would have died pre-patch. But the Cyclones do a little bit less damage now. It's the attack speed that's changed. Can't show you, sorry, wrong overlay to show you guys that stuff. I went to hover over the attack speed to show you it's a bit different, but they attack like, I don't know, it's like 10% slower, something like that. Not to mention that 3-second lock-on cooldown. So once they finish a lock-on, they got to wait 3 seconds before they lock onto another target. They can't spam it as much as they could before. Robo's on the way. It's 2-gate blink Robo into a third, which is a pretty greedy build for such a small map, especially against the 3 racks, but he doesn't know about the 3 racks. You can defend this. You can defend this. I mean, Cyclones are kind of trash units once you get out like 8 Blink Stalkers. How many shots does it take to kill a Cyclone now, guys? Is it 8? I think it's 8 Stalker shots to kill a Cyclone now. Because they do 18 damage a shot. It's got 130 hit points. I'm not good with numbers. Maybe someone in chat can answer that one for me. Oh, that Adept's going to go down. Ah, well. Nice cleanup. No Engineering Bay, no Starport. As I say it, Engineering Bay does go down. So BYUN's not completely all in or anything, but I mean, he's not building SCVs non-stop. His work account's not great. Hero's coming out here with 6 Stalkers with Blink. And he did actually delay his 3rd base starting a lot. That's weird. For a 2-gate build, normally you'd get it already, but that's because he's gone 4-gas Robo Bay. Ah, it's Colossus into 3rd. Okay, I much prefer this build for Hero. Good blink backs, gets himself 2 Marine kills. Observer sieges up. Now remember, that Observer throbs a little bit harder than it used to. Jiggles a bit fast. I'll stop saying throb, sorry. It moves, it animates faster. It jiggles a bit more. Stalkers pick off a Cyclone. Oh, almost gets a Marine there. Not quite. One of the Stalkers did not get its shot off. Get out, get out, get out. Oh god, his blink's still on cooldown. Oh my gosh. He does lose himself a Stalker. That's not too bad. He's going to try and pick off some of these units. There is a battery there. Another Stalker's about to go down. It does. Oh, you got to be so careful here. The double stim for BYUN, it's expensive, but it does force the probes off the line. Battery overcharge comes in. Probes, Stalkers will be good. The probes need to pull away. Probes need to pull away. He loses 8 workers. Oh my god, why is he still chasing with his probes? Hero overcommitting with his probes. I think he stayed too long with his Stalkers. He could have got one more Stalker away from the initial double stim. And then he just kept his probes chasing a bit longer than necessary. So he's just taken a ton of damage. Now, don't get me wrong. He takes an amazing army versus army trade. But I don't think he can counterattack. That's a big problem for him. Because his third base is still not up. Did he cancel it or did he never start it? Oh, no. Apparently, it is 8 Stalker shots to do the 130 hit points for the Cyclone, guys. 144 damage from them. If you get +1, I think it might only be 7, but that's ages away. Oh, okay. Losing another Stalker. You can't... I mean, these trades are just too good for BYUN in terms of the fact that BYUN's like got the better economy. The Colossus are going to need to make work happen. Sentries, Colossus, Forge, and a third base all starting at 630. Hero is in a terrible spot. But it's Hero. And if there's anyone I have faith in making the game competitive, it's him. And look at this giant blink ledge. There's so much room to work. Could try to get like the reactor on the starport would be a beautiful pick. If he can kind of see all the bio move out, blink in, kill a reactor, maybe kill this reactor that's building, that'd be huge. Third command center is going to build. BYUN uses an SCV from his natural to do that. Takes forever to actually start it. This is one of those small inefficiencies I see a lot from all Terran players lately. Is they have 400 minerals and then they tell the SCV to build the command center. And I really don't know. This is one of those things that I'm kind of surprised by because BYUN is so efficient on so many things he does. You'd think you would move the SCV there sooner and then start it right on 400 minerals, but they're often building that command center with about 20 seconds delay from what they could. Nice scan on the observer. Really good catch. I really don't think you want to be sieging observers up. So I want to explain to you why this patch is actually a big nerf to Hero. It's because Hero uses the select all army group all the time. So he super relies on setting up his observers in that surveillance mode. Otherwise, they're going to get just selected into his army all the time. And these observers are now way more visible than they were before. I reckon some players are always going to leave them on mobile mode because they use control groups properly. And they can do that. But Hero, I think we're going to often see the observers getting spotted and shot down, even without the Terran having a Raven. And BYUN, to be fair, was already one of the best at that pre-patch. So it's I'm kind of being a bit memey, saying the observers being more visible for him is such a handicap. He's so far behind though. Yeah, because look, BYUN's already going to have his third saturated. He's just going to transfer a ton of extra workers over, float that down. He's on 5 barracks. He's in such a good position in this game. He's got Ghosts coming in. He's only got 2 Vikings against 3 Colossus. So I think when he's got 6 to 8 Vikings is probably when BYUN should push. Unless he wants to progress. If he wants to progress his tech, he should take gases, you know, double engineering bay armory and do all that stuff. But I think he's going to go for a timing attack. Observer sets up. He sees it instantly. Yeah. Yeah. BYUN's so good at spotting that. Disruptor does come out. I like that Hero's building disruptors. They can always change the math, but right now it's problematic for Mr. Hero. Trying to secure a 4th base. He's only on 63 workers, and that's a good point to stop. He definitely can't afford more than that. He's only on 7 gateways rather than 8 as well. So he is cutting some corners. Oh god, get out of there. Don't throw those zealots away, my friend. That Stalker gets picked off. Stalker Colossus coming over. Sentries could be good. The Stalkers... Oh, he gets a Ghost! Great Ghost Snipe. Good battery overcharge comes in as well. EMPs land on some of these units. Guardian Shield is there, though. Disruptor shot! Almost gets a Ghost. Not quite. Now, the army is stimmed. Remember, Marauders take 20 hit points of damage per stim. They stim again. They're down to 85 life. Colossus, Zealot flank. Oh! Pretty good fight. The Marauder flank does get crushed. The Vikings are going down. New Disruptor shot comes in. Pretty big damage from the Colossus. The Disruptors are gone. The Colossus are gone. Oh, man. It looks like it's just a bit too much for Mr. BYUN. Last Colossus falls. There's enough Stalker Zealot to push him back momentarily. He's going to fall back a little if the Stalkers can get some value here. It's a nice moment for Hero, killing every single Viking for 1 or 2 Zealots. The Bio is a bit outnumbered as well. The Medevac starting to take damage. Getting a few of these Medevacs would be huge. Ooh, he picks up a Marauder and saves it. 1 Medevac goes down. Hero has to back away. Hero is down 2 workers. His 4th base is only now up. He's going to try and probe. He's transferring workers from his main. 2 minutes, about a minute and a half, 2 minutes late. Remember, 8.5 minutes is usually when you want to transfer it out of your main. So he's about, you know, a minute 45 late on transferring those, but he was under heavy pressure. It's understandable why, not to mention the 4th was not up 2 minutes ago. Was not finished at that time. Trying to rebuild Colossus. Killing every Viking. Good reason to build the Colossus. He's going to try to do DT backstabs as well. No turret on the 3rd and a 4th building on location. I would kind of like him to wait for multiple DTs though. And wait for BYUN to be out of position. I feel like if you just run this in right now, it's the worst. Oh, this is such a waste. He's right there. I mean, unless he's used all of his mules, I just feel like that's so wasteful. To reveal your Dark Templar attack while he's just sitting at home. Maybe Hero thought there was an army coming for him, and he's like, oh god, distract him. But that, to me, feels like a bit of a waste of a Dark Templar attack, whereas if he waited to run in with 1 in the natural, 1 in the 3rd, at the same time as fighting was happening elsewhere, much higher chance of it working. But look at how good BYUN's eyeballs are. This is what I'm talking about. He will always notice invisible units so quickly. 2nd Robo's on the way, +3 attackers on the way. 4th Nexus has a gas on it. That's 5 gas total. And I like the 2nd Robo idea, but it's a glass cannon army, remember, +3 attack. That being said, even though there's a 4th command center for BYUN, he's not gone double upgrades. Stalkers, every time a Stalker dies, it's so valuable. 2nd Stalker falls. Units lost tab, about dead even. And a Zealot run by in the south is going to be effective. Now remember, the old day... Oh, to be fair, Armory's not even up yet, so never mind. We will see the Armory Widow Mine change once that Armory's up. You need to get Drilling Claws if you want those Widow Mines to be permanently invisible. I mean, you know what? Hero's bought himself enough time to hang on. He's got this base here coming up on base number 5. BYUN seems to be losing a bit of momentum. He's going double Engineering Bay Armory. He's still got a big, scary army. But he's building tanks right now, which is bizarre. It's not every day you see someone building tanks. I wouldn't have minded him just going for more multi-pronged. There's so few Stalkers. If you split Hero's army up, it's going to be tough. Disruptor goes down. The Concussive is so good against Disruptors. Oh my god, massive Disruptor land. 6 kills. This Disruptor gets left out front though. Oh, I feel like he should have tried to fight with his other units just for a second to try and protect that Disruptor. You know, you get a good Disruptor shot, but you lose 2 Disruptors. That's a good trade for BYUN. BYUN is happy to trade a handful of Marine Marauder for multiple Disruptors over and over again. Eon Blue, sorry, reading chat there for a second. I don't know why I said Eon Blue. He's not even in chat right now. Colossus Zealots there and Stalkers hanging out. I don't know how to read this game because I feel like BYUN has a good position. I just don't know why he's building tanks. I mean, they're very good at zoning the Disruptors if they come in range. Are they though? Oh, BYUN turns around half a second too early. Does lose a Marauder. Can't chase in the choke point though. Okay, Hero's bought time. He's remaxed. He's still only on 7 gates, but he's about to be on 10. He's got double Robo building Disruptors. He's survived. And BYUN is building tanks. Now, what are tanks good for? Surviving. They're not good for killing your opponent. So I don't know why he's building siege tanks right now. I really feel like, yeah, they allow you to take some positions and shoot Colossus, but they're so immobile. And he's given up all mobility by doing this. And he's trying to do a very slow push. Weird to see BYUN play his old style. Nice flank coming in. Nice flank here for Hero. Hero's going to come in from 2 sides. The Disruptors get slammed on the right side, as do the Colossus. Zealots clean up the tanks. Bio trying to spread backwards. Hero's army seems to be getting minced. The supply does not look good. Oh, no. And that looks like it's probably going to be a 2-0. That was a really good fight. Hero came in with a flank, but he didn't have many Zealots on the right. All of his important units got hammered. He's right now desperately trying to lure BYUN away from just winning the game. BYUN runs south. This base should be sniped. He's going to try and hit the middle. Hail Mary Disruptor is probably Hero's last chance right now. And he throws it. Gets 2 Marauders, which is not bad. The other Disruptor on the right side. Okay, he can buy some time with the Disruptors, I guess. He's going to come in from two sides. The tanks are exposed. Disruptor hits nothing. Zealots don't really kill anything. He gets the tank. There's so many Vikings. That's a bit of a mistake, I guess you could argue, for BYUN. The Vikings land, shoot down a Disruptor. Disruptor shot is keeping the bio away. Big Disruptor shot on the left flank. But it's Zealots and Stalkers. They've got +3 attack. Luckily, 2-2 wasn't done for most of this. If it was, Hero would be dead and in the ground. As it is, he's in the ground. BYUN's shoveling dirt on him, but he isn't quite covered up just yet, and he's trying to hang on. Double Robo Disruptor. Hero fighting with desperation right now. Is it going to be enough, though? He's just got no sustained damage, but his Disruptors keep landing. DT's warping in is nice. If he can kill the Ghost and there's no scans, that'd be great. There is a scan. Disruptor shot goes out. Oh, I'm surprised BYUN didn't just click on that Disruptor with his bio. The Disruptor count is up to 4. 17 Zealots and 5 Stalkers. If he could intercept the rally point, I think Hero would be okay. But as long as BYUN can rally to the front, I think he might just be dead. That is a lot of medevacs. They're all out of juice, though. Oh my god, the Disruptor shot! Oh, he does pull it back at the last second, avoids killing all of his own Zealots. He still has Disruptor shots to cover his retreat as well. Nicely played by Hero. Well judged. Gets rid of most of the tanks. A new one does arrive. BYUN is still trading overall more effectively. Another Disruptor shot lands. BYUN just slightly off on his Disruptor dodging today. 6th base is coming up in the bottom right side. BYUN's on 4 bases. Not really expanding behind this. He is building a +3 attack upgrade as well as the starport, but it's still just bio tank and a continued wave of aggression. BYUN is up in supply massively in the army. The Disruptors, though, continue to land. I've got to wonder, would Hero be able to handle like a dropship getting in the back of his base, a drop down the bottom, Widow Mines, anything like that? I think BYUN has been hammering the front for so long, it makes sense to now split up and attack multiple areas, and that's exactly what he's going to do. BYUN is going to go south. He's realizing, okay, you know what? These Disruptor shots are getting too much value. Let's just stim in here, kill this base. Now, does Hero run south to defend, or does he jump on the middle? He's going to run south. Oh, man. His army's pretty close. Stalker's kind of blocking the Zealots a little bit, though. Nexus Snipe. Oh, this is a huge move. He could get the Robo. He's just A-moving for now, so he hasn't killed the Robo. Bit of a missed opportunity, potentially, for BYUN. And that army could get jumped on. The army in the south, oh, is actually not fighting right now, which means these guys are getting isolated. Get out of there, BYUN. You don't want to lose all these medevacs and bio. He's got to fall back to his production. He's got to fall way back. He's sieging a tank in the middle of the map. Okay, he has got to fall back. The attack in the bottom right is going to kill all of Hero's economy. We may have a base trade on our hands. Honestly, that might be Hero's best bet. Even though he's not well set up for a base trade, this game's been very bad for him so far. Big Disruptor shot on the south does go down. SCVs have been pulled. Beautiful spready for BYUN to try and stabilize. A couple Ghosts go down to a Disruptor shot in the north. The Colossus started stepping as best they can. Army in the right side taking out all of the probes. More Zealots and Colossus rallying forwards across this map. The medevacs all going down, idling. I'm surprised BYUN didn't pull up his ramp earlier. That's normally what you do in a base trade scenario. DTs did just go down there. How many scans do we have? Not that many, guys. There are a few orbitals. Actually, he's got about 1 billion scans. But if they get forced to lift, then maybe Dark Templar could make the magic happen. Hero is actually up 30 army supply. Whoa! Hero's up 30 army supply right now? Wow! Killing all of those units in the north, and then on the rally point, and then on that ramp. BYUN just took 3 bad fights in a row. One over here, one on this ramp, and then another one here at his 3rd base. He needed to pull back to his main base earlier. He didn't, and now he finds himself with a smaller army on the map. Terran definitely has an advantage in base trade scenarios a lot of the time, but look at that DT. He's got to scan. He's got to scan. He does scan, but not before that Dark Templar kills 3 or 4 Marines. 25 SCVs go down. The last SCV is falling. There is still mining on these southern sides. Factories trying to rebuild, and a Dark Templar comes in again. He just lifted his command center, though. Oh, he lands it. Wait. He's been dropping mules. Oh, he's been dropping mules! The Dark Templar defends. The main and the natural survive for Hero. Hero still has 30 probes. He still has his infrastructure, whereas the main base is getting obliterated. Where are the Colossus right now, guys? They recalled home as well. Oh, but they don't have any anti-air. The Hero Vikings are going to find undefended Colossus. BYUN's going to try and micro them down. Where are the Stalkers, mate? He's only got 1! Oh, no! Oh, no! He's going to lose all of his Colossus. And these units are isolated on their own. But that being said, the bio is so wounded, there's no medevac healing, which means the Zealots are going to do okay. There's just no hit points on this bio. He might need to fight with his SCVs as well. He's going to pull his SCVs. Oh, damn. This is a scary moment. Hero fighting with just those units, but it's enough. He's got the numbers. And BYUN there getting a bit too fancy. Whoo! You know what? You know how I know I'm a bad StarCraft player, guys? I had like a wizard moment there where I said, he's getting diminishing returns on the front. It's time to split up and attack elsewhere. And that's exactly what BYUN did. But he executed it like I would. And he left half of his army in the middle of the map. And this seems really good because you're like, haha, he's too scared to engage, haha. But it's Hero. The moment he sees your army go south, there's a 50% chance he just dives on the army in the middle and barrels towards your base. So I think a better move here would be if he unsieged the units and just sent these guys north at the same time to try to drop there. Because I think if you leave half your army exposed, you got to realize you're leaving an easy fight here for Hero. And it didn't happen immediately, but it happened like a minute later. When these guys pushed forward, he's like, okay, cool, you're chasing the bottom. If he'd scanned and saw the army was mostly moving north, if he pulled back even 5 seconds earlier here, stimmed all the way back to his natural or the third base, I think this is a totally different game. But he overcommits here. And look how much bio he loses. While these guys are just running around the map. So if he'd scanned, these guys could have probably immediately turned around and pushed back in on this angle rather than taking such a long route around behind. He sieges a tank there, and then he also tries to defend at his third, which is another huge mistake for BYUN. He should just be pulling up his ramp, running the SCVs down to the planetary or away to some corner of the map, lift the command center, and just defend the ramp. The ramp is always the best point to defend. Not having any Vikings makes it hard because the Colossus have good range. But look, he's about to lose all these other units, and whilst he kills some stuff, if he's up on his ramp, it's way better for him. Instead, his units are just getting picked off piecemeal. And this series of fights, you can see his army supply is dropping, and Heroes is actually climbing with every warp in. So, really good play by Hero, nice decisiveness. BYUN just needed to track Hero's army with scans just a little bit better. All right, guys. Going into game 3, we've got Hero in the bottom right side of the map on Oceanborn. He clutched that one back despite having a bad start. I actually think game 1 looked really promising, and then Hero lost. Game 2 looked really bad, and then Hero won. And that's kind of the way Hero does it. Hero loses games he should win. He wins games he should lose. Hero and Dark are always a little bit indefatigable. Me speak good Englander. I love how like half the time I say that word completely smoothly, like I say it all the time. And then the half the time, like indefatigable. What can I say, guys? They don't teach us Australians good English. We learn prison English. Prislish. Looks like we're going to see the Marine factory open again. BYUN's being a bit predictable. No Reapers in this series. Maybe Hero's been shutting it down. Is he going to cancel that Marine? He's trying to hide his command center, guys. He's got so many minerals, though. Okay. Command center's a fair bit later this time, but he's at least trying to make Hero second guess and go, are you all inning? What are you doing? Nexus goes up, second pylon on the low ground, gas on the high ground, and we will probably see an Adept just go across to confirm. He's hiding this probe, so I think what he wants to do is come in now. So the Reaper would have just left the base. So he's basically like, I want to run up this ramp and see if this is an expand build, see if it's a Reaper. Oh, and the command center does get scouted. Oh, I'd love to see him recall this. If he goes to the top right corner, he can recall this probe. I don't think he ever recalls probes just because his chrono boost is allocated in his build order. He likes to double chrono boost to depths or that sort of stuff. But in this scenario, it definitely would have been worth it. He just never thinks of doing it. Just kind of unfortunate in my opinion. Because he's not chronoing his second Adept because he knows there's no Reaper. So he's going to save it for probes, I imagine. So he has extra energy because he's going to have two energies here, one energy here. Should be chronoing this natural immediately, surely. Hero, are we not building economy this game? No chronos on his probes. What are you doing? He's either not playing the cleanest opening or he's planning something very dirty with his chrono boosts. Okay, Adept does shade. He's going to go Robo. Battery goes down. Interesting, he's already going battery. Blink does start. He chrono boosts that. Yeah, he's not chronoing probes at all. Chat saying he's saving it for the Twilight. I mean, there's no offensive blink timing that you need 4 chrono boosts for it. It makes no sense. Even if you go 4-gate blink, the blink will be done off 2 or 3 chronos with more than enough time to be ready. I think he's a little worried defensively, but he saw the command center up. So, doesn't need to be too worried about this. Warp gate's finishing. He's got... Oh, he's only got 1 Adept. He cancelled his second Adept? What? Okay, good thing he's got quick 3 gateways in the battery, because this is the Hellion run by plus Marine drop. Okay. Stalkers are in the main. Looks like he's going to get hit on the natural. If he had a full wall off, this would be amazing. But without the full wall off, it's going to be tough. Observer's going to see it. Problem is, if he abandons his wall, he's in trouble. Oh, he abandons his wall. He has to focus the Hellions. Those Hellions are going to run in and try to get into his main base. The Adepts and the Stalkers, nice focus fire for now. He's got 3 gateways. The Hellions, though, the Hellions are the real damage dealers. Good pull on the probes. Good pull on the probes. Oh, God. The Hellions do start to stack up some shots, though. They line up. 7 probes go down. Those Stalkers warping in way too late. There we go. Let's take a fair bit of damage. I mean, he cleans up all the Marines. The Hellion drop's going to come back in for more. That's huge. That's huge. He sets it up, though, which means BYUN knows he's being watched. Absolutely knows he's being watched. To go in here would be very dangerous, BYUN. Very... Oh, he doesn't. He mustn't have seen it. He didn't see it. Loses the medevac and a Hellion. That's a very good catch for Hero. Hero's economy down in the dumps. He's only on 35 workers right now. He's trying to do a 3-gate blink robo pressure. Oh, he unsieged too quickly. That's a mistake. He thought the warp in was finished. He just cancelled 2 Stalkers from warping in. Okay, he's going to get in there. He does get rid of the SCV on that. Gets rid of 2 SCVs. Not bad. There is a tank on the high ground. Second tank needs to cover the first tank. That first tank needs to shuffle into a more defensive stance. Right now, it is sticking out. These Stalkers, if they blink on that tank and get rid of it, he's in big trouble. He's only got a few Marines covering it. That being said, there's not that many Stalkers. Charge and 4 gas on the way behind it. No third Nexus. Hero is doing some strange follow-up right now. I don't know what a 2-base charge follow-up is for. It's a bit bizarre. Hero is playing Hero style. His Stalkers are getting great damage, but why is he going Forge and Charge and 4 gas on 2-base? Hero's follow-up is a little bit drunk right now. I have to be brutally honest. I just don't... the Stalkers are doing good damage. I feel like he could get in a game-winning position off this potentially, but I don't know why there's no third. He's got 600 minerals. He finally opts for a third base. Hero definitely dilly-dallying a little bit on making these decisions. Look at this. The tanks are all in the main. No tanks on the natural. BYUN caught with his pants down. BYUN's going to lose 3 SCVs and a depot. Oh, no, Hero. He moves his bunker in range of that. But look at that. SCVs getting thrown into the meat grinder. Oh, no. Liberator in the main kills 6 probes. Massive damage in the main base. He kills good stuff over there, but that is huge. Hellion ran in on the third and distracted him as well. The Hellion is right there. Only 42 probes for Hero right now. He's trying to reprobe up, but he's not mining any gas on the main. I still don't know why he took 4 gases when he's got no tech. This is what I'm talking about, guys. Hero is kind of just doing things. And for those who don't know, Hero is a chaotic player who just figures things out on the fly. And right now, those things do not lead to an aggressive build because he doesn't have a lot of gateways. He's on 3 gates with no third mineral line, which means he can't mass sell it. And his tech's very late, which means the 4 gas is a little bit limited in what it can do. He's now getting a robo bait, but it's so late in this game. And even though Hero's counter blink pressure did a lot of damage, I think that Liberator was very nice to keep his economy low, and the lack of an organized follow-up is very awkward for Hero. Stalker's picking off the Marines, but they get damaged. They're not killed. Turret gets repaired. Well, Hero having a messy start usually leads to him having fantastic games, so this might actually be the best possible start for him. Oh, 2-base all-in. BYUN's gone 5 racks on 2-base, guys. That's about as all-in as it goes. Observer's looking for it. This is Hero's camera, guys. We're on Hero's camera. He's looking for the third command center right now. He's seeing if it's in the back. It gets scanned. He sees 5 racks, no third CC. He's pretty sure right now, unless there's a command center right on the edge of the top right, that this is a 2-base all-in, which means don't build any more probes, mass units. He's already got 4 sentries. Honestly, a 2-base all-in isn't going to work. Not against 4 sentries. But BYUN's still building workers. He's actually already up at 52. So he's overbuilt workers, and he starts a third. So BYUN actually doesn't need to go for a 2-base all-in. He can slow it down. Hero scouting that might actually backfire if BYUN slows this game right down and just drags it to the later stages. Slight supply block for BYUN there, but depots are finishing. He's only got +1 attack. We do expect +1 armor to start up soon. No 4th base for Hero. If Hero knew there was a 3rd CC and he took a 4th, that would be fantastic. It's going up to 8 gateways right now. 2nd Colossus is building. Extended Thermal Lance and +2 attack on the way. Stalkers pick off a Widow Mine. Almost gets a medevac. Decent trade for a Stalker. If he got both of them, it would be great. Almost killing the medevac. Does soften it up for future. Looks like Hallucinated Phoenix comes in and sees the 3rd command center. That's huge. Hero will go for a 4th, and he's going to take it on the right side. He wants to control this forward middle area of the map. Look at that. Tank sieged up as a bit of a trap if the Stalkers counterattack. But another Widowmine snipe, always juicy. Dark Shrine, 4th base on the way. 3rd Colossus starting. Hero has map control. Oh gosh, Stalkers need to get out of here. Stalker's going to run away. The Bio, though, will catch 2 Stalkers. Well worth the stim. If he gets a 3rd, it's massive. Whee! Stalker does bounce away. Oh, Hero's looking to trap him. Hero's looking to trap him. 1 medevac goes down. Make it 2. Stalkers do blink forward. Force fields could be big. Oh, it doesn't land the force fields that he wanted. And I think Hero may have to back off and probe up. No, he's going for it. Hero's going for it. Hero is going for it. The tanks need to focus on the Colossus. The tanks do focus fire on the Colossus. Oh, nice hot pickups, though, to break the lock-ons there. But he does pick up the sentries and save them. The siege tanks, though, are standing firm. And that was a good hold there for BYUN. He does keep 2 tanks alive. The tanks focusing the Colossus, the sentries, the Stalkers. Really effective. Hero's going to keep going. Hero's just going to keep going. What a mad lad. He's transferred workers from the main a bit earlier this game, the moment his 4th was up. So he's actually managing his economy really well. He's got Dark Shrine on the way. There's not much bio to protect these tanks. He might be able to break it. If he goes for it right now, he might actually break this. Oh, but he doesn't go for it. Decides to play a little bit more conservative. Normally what I like to see for Hero, just that army looked so small, it might have worked. And getting rid of the tanks would have been huge. But honestly, his 2nd Colossus just rallied out. It wasn't on the front. So without 2 Colossus on the front, it would have been tough. 7th and 8th gas on the way, 75 workers. 4th command center only now starting. BYUN does have 2-2 on the way against a +3 attack starting for Hero. Ghost Academy goes down as well. Interesting to see BYUN being a lot more siege tank focused, a bit more defensively focused as well. 2nd Forge does go down for Hero, as well as a 5th Nexus in the north. No gases on the 3rd, so it's actually, sorry, it's just 6 gases. I said 8 gases before, it's only 6, correction. Man, this is such a different flow. BYUN is playing so much more turtley. And I don't know why. Because, yeah, the Widowmine change affects things, but does it affect things that much? I'm not sure. Also, remember, the upgrades are actually a little bit cheaper. Armory, only 50 gas. The upgrades are slightly cheaper, 25 minerals and 25 gas on tier 2, and I think it's like 50 minerals, 50 gas on tier 3, so they're in line with the cost of the Protoss upgrades now. So this sort of like macroing up style is a bit stronger for Terran in this patch, but you can see that when Protoss is given room to breathe, Protoss just looks like a bit of a stronger race. When Hero's got map control, he looks like he's able to do a lot more scary things. That being said, he's only got 1 Robo building a Disruptor as he takes a 5th base. I'd love to see double Robo. He's on 83 probes. Okay, so 83 probe Zealot Stalker is very dicey. If you can trade in lots of small fights, it's okay. But you're going to have a very low quality army if you're both maxed out and he's got like 2-2 finished and you've only got +3. I mean, +1 armor will help. There we go. Double Stargate, double Robo. Okay, I like that choice. He's going to go to late game. Hero is saying, all right, you're turtling up. Let's go to late game. BYUN is not set up for a late game. He's just got his 4th orbital online only now. He's building turrets to stop Prisms getting in. A Prism could get down the left side as he doesn't have a backup turret in the main base. 1 turret will not stop you getting through. But he's on 8 barracks now, 1 reactor, a couple of extra tech labs, and +3 attackers starting. As those 2 Stargates go down, we are expecting a couple of Tempests to come out for the poking and prodding. Could be carriers, though. You never know with Hero. Plasma Shield starting as +3 attack is finished for Hero. Stalker's happy to skirmish, picking off units. As long as you micro well, you will win those trades as the Protoss. And BYUN playing an incredibly slow turtley style. BYUN, I've seen him do this versus Shin. It's rare to see him do it versus Hero. Just be so stuck in his corner. Oh, Disruptor goes out. Gets a Marauder, not bad. He's only got 5 Vikings. Those Colossus are actually a problem. Good Zealot spready against the Widowmines. Tanks those Widowmines for minimal damage. And seeing the big stim arc of bio. Oh my god! Huge balls! If he can save those balls, that would be massive. 1 gets shot down, but he does punish a bunch of bio there. BYUN, I think, overcommitted to that fight. Maybe he wasn't... I think once he stimmed, he felt like he was committed. And that's what Hero does. He threatens, baits him into stimming and coming at him, and then Hero pulls back and lands big balls. We've got 3rd Stargate on the way. Where's the fleet beacon? It's finished. 3rd and... How many? 5 Stargate? Oh, so he wants to swap into air suddenly. Hero doesn't want to do a small air swap. He wants to go suddenly. Sensor tower does get blasted. I think a siege tank went down there as well. Stalkers do take out all the Vikings. The Prism is exposed. Good micro on the Colossus, though. Dude, the Colossus, great pullbacks, especially with the Guardian Shield. He does some good damage. Trading is in favor of Hero. 3 carriers start up, +2 air weapons is on the way. You don't want to go too heavily into air until you've got +2 air weapons. So the fact that he's at least starting that means he's on the way. He desperately needs it, because remember, if you're fighting +3 armor Marines, your interceptors just don't kill them that quickly. That being said, it's going to be a long time till the Vikings have any good upgrades. They've just started +1 ship weapons, still only on 4 command centers. BYUN is way behind in this game. He is pressed up against the wall. He has no insurance. He hasn't had map control since his very first push. But he's hanging in there and he's trying to survive. This is an orbital, not a planetary. Marauder Ghost on the left side. Over on the right, Stalker's trying to pull back. Zealots in the north, rotating around. They're going to try and hit in on that third. That is a good move. I like that the Stalkers are baiting him out. Zealots on the left, get wrecked. Zealots on the right are going to find the damage, though. Oh, what's he doing? He's F2'd him? Oh, he gets the tanks. I thought he was going for the SCVs, but he goes for the tanks and the SCVs. There's moments when Hero does things, and I'm so used to seeing him accidentally F2ing his units in random directions that sometimes I think, oh god, he's misclicked, but then I go, oh no, he's playing smart. And more often than not, he does play smart. It's just those 1 in 3 times where it's an F2 mistake that always makes you second guess yourself watching his games. He's going to go mass carrier suddenly. I like this. 5. He's already got 3 out, 5 building. If he can surprise him with 8 carriers and just full on steamroll, there's nothing that shoots up. 19 Marines and 9 Ghosts. Effectively nothing. Problem, you're going to have to split your army. I think if you send all the carriers north, all the ground army south, you can do this as Hero. But he's only got 4 carriers so far. He doesn't want to show them yet. He's going to have to. In the north, Disruptors get a few Ghosts, but a few Stalkers and Disruptors do go down. Carriers show themselves in the south. That means he's exposed on the north. Probes taking some damage. Luckily, most of the probes will escape. The Nexus does fall. Stalker's chasing the Ghost Marauder in the left side. Left side is a loss for BYUN, but he gets some of the units out. The carriers in the open. Okay, carriers are there. He's going to try and launch interceptors on the Medivacs. Oh, he actually focus fires a Medivac, and then he's focus firing the Medivacs. He knows if he gets rid of the healing, the bio cannot prolong their stay on this side of the map. And that's a pretty damn decent fight for Hero. Will he reprobe, or does he replace it all with army? Looks like he's already almost maxed out, and he's not even rebuilding that Nexus. Hero is a man who's on one track mind right now, and that track is kill BYUN at all costs. Hero is playing a very nice late game carrier swap, but you don't want to give too much time for BYUN to get ready. That being said, BYUN's economy is so bad, there's not much he can do. Like, what's he doing? He's building Marines and Medivacs to counter carriers. I mean, basically what he has to do is try to EMP everything and then recall. Oh, the recall reposition. Slick moves for Hero. SCVs get pulled into the fight. The Disruptors zone the ground army. Every SCV dies. And then, oh man, he's attacking into the big balls. Big balls. Okay, he's got to fight. You got to fight. You got to fight. I think Hero has to fight. The force fields in the time warp kind of clutch, though. Never mind. This man's got force field. He's got bubbles of slow. That slows 50% movement speed and attack speed. Great mothership usage. I swear, this is my favorite thing in the last few months, has been people using that new mothership. 300 minerals, 300 gas. Bit more fragile, but it's so good. Disruptor from the right. Oh, that army's so wounded. The Disruptors may go down, but there is no way you're overpowering this many carriers with such a wounded army. That is devastating. The Colossus in there doing big damage. The whole army gets wiped, and Hero does win the first series. Now, he was way ahead for a long time. That carrier swap, you could tell BYUN just did not have the money to deal with it. But you know what that means. Hero's going into the winners match. And we are going to have fireworks here in Group A of the round of 8. GG, well played.